Hi everybody, and welcome back to Uncovering Sexual Health. Today we're going to be talking all about sexual activity. So come along with me and let's get learning. So, sexual activity. What exactly is it? That's a really good question, and it's such a big, broad question. I've kind of pulled down my book. This one is Sex, the All You Need to Know Sexuality Guide to Get You Through Your Teens and 20s by Heather Karina. I'm going to read a quote here in this book, just so that when we're thinking about sexual activity, we're also thinking about our values and how different activities impact us personally. So sexual activity is going to be different for different people, and what some people enjoy, some people might not enjoy. And one of my teachers, which I loved her comment, always just kind of said, don't yuck somebody else's yum, right? We don't know who people are and what their experiences are. So some people might really like certain activities, other people might not, and that's totally okay. And we just need to realign our values with how our bodies are responding to different things, and whether we're going to give a yes, I want that, or a no, thank you. But just always doing things in respectful ways and always respecting yourself. Okay, Heather Karina, one thing she mentions is only you can assign a given value or importance to what you do and who you do it with. You can define sex for yourself, and only you can even really come up with your own lived experience, just your own self-definition of what being sexual is for you. So although there's all these different types of positions and activities that people can be engaging in, what is sexual activity for you is going to be different than what it is for somebody else. And even in different relationships, something might be super yummy in this relationship, but that same activity in a different relationship might not be as yummy. And that, again, like making sure that you are on the same page as your body and responding to your needs just in a respectful way. So sexual activity. There are different things that people do engage in. So I'm going to just break it down into sexual activity with yourself and sexual activity with others. So sexual activity with yourself would include masturbating. And what masturbating is touching your body, your genitals, in a way that gives you pleasure. So it may or may not end in an orgasm, but it's something that's sexually pleasurable for yourself. And masturbation could be with or without toys or other devices. If we're thinking about sexual activity with others, this could include penis-vagina sex, vulva-to-vulva intimacy. It could include penis-to-anus. It could be oral sex, like mouth-penis, mouth-vulva. It could be mouth to the anus. There's so many different types of sexual activity that lots of different people will explore and engage in. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give a list of some of the different names that are given to the different types of sexual activity, because honestly, the language seems to be changing and shifting as time goes on. It's really important for us to know what they mean, us as in all of us, all of the people who are engaging in sexual activity, just so that you know what you're agreeing to. Other types of sexual activity, aside to the ones I just previously mentioned, I am going to share with you, and I'm getting them from this book. There's so many different types of sexual activity that sometimes we don't even really think about them as being sexual activity. So, one thing is kissing. So whether that's kissing on the lips, kissing on the neck, kissing on the body, maybe just a little kiss on the top of the head. Kissing is one of the sexual activities, and lots of times that kind of is one of the first things that happens is kind of that touching and kissing. All right. Another type of sexual activity is, as she says in here, petting or massaging. So this could be touching the body in different parts. It could be body parts that are arms, legs, back. It could be genitals. So breasts, vulva, bum, or penis, testicles. So petting and massaging could be touching all different parts of the body. Okay, I did talk about masturbation, but there's also mutual masturbation. So if you and the person that you're with decide to masturbate beside each other, that is what's called mutual masturbation. Okay, this one is a good one. It's a term that I don't hear very often, and the term is frottage, but what the term that I understand as is dry sex. So that would be being close, rubbing bodies together, but with clothing on. So kind of engaging in that really close activity, but doing it with all your clothes on. Another type of sexual activity is manual sex. So this would include rubbing somebody else's genitals. So whether it's a penis or a vulva or vagina, it's kind of touching the other person's genitals. So sexual activity, I did say mouth to vulva or mouth to penis or mouth to anus. The scientific words for these are cunnilingus, so that would be mouth to vulva. There's fellatio, which would be mouth to penis. And there's analingus, which would be mouth to anus. So those kind of like scientific terms for oral sex. Vaginal intercourse, so that would be like penis-vagina sex. And let's go out. Anal intercourse or anal sex, so that would be penis to anus, or it could be a toy, right? It doesn't have to be a penis. So there are lots of different types of sexual activity, and there's way more than what I've just covered here. I'm just kind of keeping it within the realm of what teenagers might know and might need to know. So this book does have a lot of other types of sexual activity that people might be interested in. And because I'm gearing this toward high school age students, I'm not going to be going into those topics on my own. But if, say, a student or a person were to pick up this book or any other book, these are available at like your local bookstore. There's a lot of different descriptions in here about different sexual activity. I just wanted to add too that sexual activity in real life is a lot different than what you might see on the screen if you're watching porn. So there's lots of different feelings and emotions involved, and the expectations, we just really need to look into ourselves versus trying to be what we might see somebody else doing on video. All right, so join me for that video later on. Thank you for joining me today, and like always, stay safe and sex positive.